The opinions expressed on the Custody Queen Show are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for personal, professional legal advice. The persons discussed are fictional and not based on actual clients.
Thought it was love, had kids in between. You can count on us, we're the Custody Queens. Yeah, you can count on us, we're the Custody Queens.
Good morning, Go Country, and all of our loyal listeners. We just surpassed 4 years. Can you believe that? I mean, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
So thank you all the listeners who have been joining us for the last 4 years, or if you're new, let's spend the morning together. How does that sound?
Incredible team.
Yes, we are only able to do what we do because of all the amazing people that we are surrounded by. Because Lord knows this would never happen if I was at the helm. All right, today we are delighted and thrilled to welcome a very special guest onto our show. She plays the electric violin and sings in the arena on stages around the world. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the very talented Ginny Luke.
What's up? And if anyone has heard our jingle, which I know all of you Go Country fans have, Ginny is the one that did it. So I'm fangirling right now, and we're so excited for you to be here.
Thank you.
No, it is, even my 4-year-old goes around the house, Custody Queen. And I remember the first time we heard it before we even, our show had actually been put on the air, and it was instantly catchy. I remember emailing our production team going, okay, well, how do we get more? It was that good. And
Yes,
I was
yeah.
like, wow. So thank you.
It's our theme song to our whole life.
Love it. No, it really is. And so many people walk around. It's always playing. Our show is always playing on the way to soccer on Saturdays. And you don't even have to know me or Sam, but I guarantee you've heard that jingle somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so before we get into all things Ginny, I want to do a CQ Talk Box question, which is just an icebreaker that Kristen and I do on every show. So, Ginny, would you rather have the ability to teleport anywhere instantly or be able to read minds?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a great one. Teleport.
Why?
I'd love to experience all cultures all over the world.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that goes hand in hand with my omnipresent desire to be in multiple places at one time.
There you go.
I actually, kind of like the Jetsons, could be like, boom, let's click my red shoes and I'll be home, or I'll be here.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with that. I think it would be terrifying to know what is going on in everyone's mind. Terrifying.
Could you imagine the self-doubt? We're all probably pretty strong women, but that's because we only know what's going on in our brains.
Ignorance is bliss.
I agree 1,000%.
All right, Ginny, so how did you first get involved in music?
I started on violin and piano when I was 3 years old in Germany, in Vilseck, Germany. And my parents are a conductor and a pianist, and all my brothers and I did music. And then when I moved back to Iowa at age 4.5, I continued on in classical music and then started in jazz around age 12 and pop around 14. And then all styles like hip hop and rock around 7.
So it's your whole life. That's
You
so
were
incredible.
destined to do something with music.
Yeah.
Now I cannot imagine there was many people in Iowa as talented as you.
It was definitely a rare thing, and we went to Chicago a lot.
Okay, there you go.
And we traveled to Iowa City, 2 hours from our home in Dubuque, Iowa, for lessons.
Were you at...
For lessons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Every Monday, yeah.
Did you play in band class at all or anything?
Yeah,
at school?
I was in band, actually on saxophone, which is hilarious.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, on this arena tour I just did, I played violin, piano, and saxophone and background vocals. So I couldn't believe your childhood skill.
Yeah.
Band camp, jazz
Right?
band. Came in so
Nobody's
handy.
calling me to play the recorder on the show.
No.
It's a handy skill.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is pretty incredible.
So what's your favorite instrument?
My favorite instrument is the cello. My brother plays
Isn't that
cello.
the big one?
Yeah, the big string
right?
instrument.
The
It's
big one.
deep and gorgeous.
Harmonious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I'm so intrigued by music because I just don't have a musical bone in my body. And I've probably talked about this before, but like I really, really wanted to do something cool and like begged my parents to buy me a clarinet, and then I fake played it like for at least 2 years in school. I just couldn't pick it up. I just no talent here, so.
Yeah, I have zero musical talent as well, but I'm fully aware of that. Like, I knew that I was never going to be able to pursue anything with music at a very young age.
Hey, we need all skills.
Right. We are the
We need you.
listeners.
Yeah.
I have good
Yeah.
ears.
Oh, yeah, I am completely,
Yeah.
but that doesn't stop me from rocking out in the car by myself.
So are you currently in the LA area? Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of LA, and I'm back in town after a long tour, and I'm getting ready to drop my record November 1st.
Now, can you say who you were on tour with?
Sure. I was on tour with indie pop band AJR,
Wow.
and it was an arena tour,
How long were you on tour for?
about 4 months.
Wow, that's got to be awesome.
Was it worldwide or U.S. or?
US. This one was US.
So what's the most interesting thing about being on tour?
I think you grow so rapidly as a person because you're in different cities and you get to meet so many people every day. So you can see yourself evolve and you can see the people around you evolve.
Wow. Do you ever get homesick?
Yeah. I like traveling, but 4 months, it's a long time.
Yeah.
You miss your house.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Yeah, your favorite blanket, stuff like that. Yeah, no, I love traveling too. I don't think I would make it 4 months. I've never gone that long. But, you get to a point where you're like, okay, I just want my own bed. But I think that is so incredibly cool to go to cities that you would never otherwise experience and try new foods. And that is very, very cool. Very cool.
So what's next on your musical journey?
Her record,
Yeah,
right?
my
Yeah.
record, and I have a single coming out tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what's
Play
it
us
called?
a clip?
Yeah. Right now?
No pressure, but
pressure.
she for all those listeners out there just so happens to have a violin in her lap.
And I totally put Ginny on the spot. She has a record dropping, and I just, asked her if she could play us a clip, and she is game. Okay, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. All right, now I'm fangirling.
Oh, good. I'll just play a little bit of the solo.
Okay.
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 That is
Wow.
so cool. That is just wow.
Wow.
So yeah, Ginny's just doing it all for Kristen and I.
If you have seen our Custody Queens commercial, it has an incredibly powerful part where it's just the music, and it totally got me. I think Meredith and Henri had to play. Our producers had to play it for me like 3 or 4 times when we were doing the voice for the commercial, and it kind of like reaches in your soul, and you're like, okay, I can do this. But it was very, very powerful. It's incredible. Okay, so where can we get your song? Where, just go to iTunes?
Yeah,
or?
it'll be on iTunes, Spotify, all major platforms, and it's featuring a guitar virtuoso named Neely Brosh. I'm like all about the female power.
I love
That's
that.
why I love doing the theme song for you guys.
Yeah.
Because I think female-run business and female leadership is what we need, especially in this generation.
I agree.
So
I
I
agree.
hope you dig it. It's called Burn. It's a deep purple cover.
Okay.
And the whole record, November 1st, is called Devil at My Heels.
Well, at my heels. I
Which
like
is
that.
like, 2 meanings. Like all the risks and temptations we have and navigating through that, and then also just having a fabulous stiletto heel.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
awesome.
And her last name is Luke for everyone listening. Ginny is her first name, Ginny. And make sure you go to iTunes. If you've even just heard a little bit of that, what a treat we are all in for. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm already
kind of
thinking I'm
at
gonna
a
get it.
concert.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it for Riley right now because she's my daughter. And then I'll be able to say I know you, which will give me like TikTok cred.
Yeah, love it.
You like
So-
that lingo? Cred.
Cred? That street cred?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
Nice.
you.
like credibility.
Yeah, Kristen,
Yeah.
you're cool.
In my 10-year-old eyes, I don't know. My 10-year-old says I'm cringe.
Yeah.
Like
You're cool.
Cringe.
You're a boss, babe.
Yeah, you're cool.
And buys.
Is that the new?
That's like the new buy, but like you're.
I heard,
annoying
what's
me,
that
kind
thing I
of?
heard the other day? It was like, Not sus. It was
Oh,
like
sus. No,
your-
Sussy
is
Baka.
Sus one?
Sussy Baka. I don't know. Yeah, that's the newest one that my now 7-year-old says too. Like first Riley will go, "Oh, Brody, you're sus," and then it's Sussy Baka, which I think means you're sus. Leave me alone. I'm too cool for you, kind of something. Sussy Baka. So if you see me saying that around the office,
Run and close my door. Yes.
I could just see James, our case manager, coming up to me, and I'm like, Sussy Baka.
Oh my god, oh my god.
And then looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy.
All right, Ginny. So outside of playing the violin and being just an awesome musician, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I love to work out. I love to try new restaurants.
Ooh.
I love dancing. I danced growing up, so I love hitting like a dance class. And I like hanging with the people I love.
No, I like to dance, but I don't think I would just pop into any dance class. I don't think I'm that confident. But I love watching it.
Yeah,
And I think I've watched every dance show or movie.
I see you get up there though at those country concerts, Kristen.
Yeah, that's a little bit different than going into like a technical dance class.
I got a pretty good waddle going on.
Nice. Do you guys line dance?
We try.
Yeah, we gotta get a Custody Queens line dance going.
Yeah, we try. Not saying it's any good, but maybe.
Will
after,
you make us a jingle for our line dance?
Sure, it's so easy.
And maybe after 2 cervezas, I'll be.
Yeah, Kristen, 2 cervezas and she will be on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, we recently just got back from Mexico for a soccer tournament, and at some point, I was, doing a little bit of a dance for the crowd and on the big screen,
All right, Ginny, so what's your favorite performance that you've done and why?
My favorite performance I've ever done was with Meatloaf, the old rock legend.
Wow.
He was very big when I was in high school.
Yeah, I think it was because now that he's passed, I realized what rock royalty that was. And also I was young, so I just had like all the wonder, you know, being on that huge stage and just feeling invincible.
Yeah.
I just felt amazing. I was 21. So it was the best feeling ever. It's like,
Oh, I bet. You kind of like, this is what I dreamt for. And
yeah,
I'm here for it.
yeah. So that was a highlight.
I think I would just be paralyzed on a stage.
I don't think. I mean,
Just-
do you get paralyzed like when you public?
No, she
No.
does not.
Okay, yeah.
No, I just think there's something about a stage where there's like a lot of lights on you where I just feel like that specifically would make me panic a little bit.
See, I think the opposite. I think if the lights are on, I can't really see you, and you probably can't really see my face. So it's almost like.
You're really good at that though.
But
like, you
versus
could
like
just-
a smaller room where everyone can make eye contact with you, like that freaks me out.
That is
way
See,
more
I would rather
intimidating.
do that.
Oh, really? Well.
Yeah.
I
Like,
like-
I want to like stare into your soul. You know what I mean?
So what else do you have? Do you have any other? Are you going to be going on tour for your album?
I have shows coming up that we're scheduling, release shows, and
Okay,
I'll
well,
keep
we want
everybody
VIP
posted.
tickets.
Of course. Of course.
We will be, I'm sure that you have a lot of fangirls, but we will be hopefully very high up there on your fangirl list.
Yes, we would love to see some female.
Yes. Power.
I was going to say something inappropriate, but I have to say yes, female power. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more CQ talk box. Would you rather? And this is another good one. It kind of makes you think a little bit. Would you rather win $1 million but have to spend it all in 1 year, or would you rather receive $100,000 every year for the rest of your life? Actually, this is kind of like a no-brainer. Depending on how many years you have left.
I feel like this wasn't a no-brainer for you. Are you really going with the $100,000 a year?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
I could see
if
you
I'm
getting $1
80,
million bucks and
then
getting
you know
a plane.
I'm taking the $1 million. But if I'm
Right.
40 and I have a 4-year-old, I'm definitely, because after 10 years you would make more than the $1 million.
Can you take the $1 million and reinvest it?
Yeah, that's
You're going outside the lines now.
Okay.
Just leave it to Sam. Always trying to get in the fine print.
I love that.
And the
Find the loophole.
oh yeah, double asterisk. Footnote Sam. So I'm guessing you're going with $1 million?
Well, I mean, you're kind of changing the rules. I mean, ultimately, probably the reasonable person would say take the $100,000 for a year, just because you would probably be collecting more across the span of your life. But I don't know.
Well, and think now, $1 million in California might get you a condo in LA if you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you took that $1 million and you moved to another state where you could get more bang for your buck,
Maybe buy a cow and a couple chickens.
yeah, you might be able to, buy something that generates more money, But
Yeah.
now we're thinking out the line, we're just reading the question as is, and I am the age I am right now. I'm taking the 100,000, because then I'm thinking, okay, I have a kid every 3.5 years apart, but now I have college covered. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Kristen. If you could move anywhere that's not California, where would it be and why?
I've actually thought about this a lot, and I think there are times where if I didn't have to go take more bar exams, and we still might, our goal is to take custody queens nationwide, but I think there were times during COVID that I did a lot more than thinking about it. The states that come to mind is I love Tennessee. I'll tell you why. They have all the different seasons. Okay, so you have a true winter. It is so pretty there. I've only been a couple times actually for soccer, to be honest. We had a couple tournaments down there, but the people have always been very, very pretty. But the weather, I mean, you can't beat the weather.
Yeah.
I love country. It's kind of like you're in the heart and soul there. I think you can, I don't think it's one of the cheapest cities to live in, but I think that you would get a lot more than you would get here, So I think that would be one of my top ones. I used to think Texas, but I think it's really, really hot there, and I hate the heat, to be honest. I can barely handle our summers. And it's gotten really, really, really crowded there.
Yeah.
But I love the lakes. I love the fact there's so many water sources that you can just jump in, float in, swim in, boat in. That's one thing I really wish we had more of here. And I love Colorado. I love Colorado, but I've never lived there. So I think there's a big difference between vacationing and enjoying it versus living in it. So,
What about you, Ginny?
I was going to say, Nashville, Tennessee is one of them. Austin, Texas is one of them.
I love Austin.
gosh,
Have you ever been on Lake Austin?
Yes, actually,
The amount of money on that lake.
Those houses are gorgeous.
Their carports probably cost more than my house.
Wow.
We passed the guy that the people that own Yeti. I mean, their garages for their boats have elevators.
Wow.
I mean, it is hands down one of the most beautiful lakes and scene. I mean, it's literally, we went there last summer. My friends bought a house out there, and we went, and it just beautiful. And even the pictures look fake because it's so pretty. The skies are so clear, and the boat or the water is so pretty. It literally looks like photoshopped.
Yeah.
What about you, Sam?
I mean, I know Hawaii's pretty expensive, but I think probably Hawaii, and then I think my backup would probably be Montana.
Montana's on my short list.
I got a lot of family in Montana, and it's just beautiful.
It is. It's definitely on my short list.
Yeah. What's a short list?
Like maybe 8.
Oh, okay.
Top 8.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no, I like Montana too. I think that kind of COVID gave us all a new perspective of that there's more to life than just the day-to-day grind. And even as hard as that time period was, I think that if we all came out of a little bit of something through that experience, I think it paused everything for all of us. I remember Sam and I were working till, I was 7-8 months pregnant at the time, and we were working till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 4 or 5 days a week, and I was absolutely missing some of the quality of life component, and I know Sam was too. And so I love being outdoors too. That's like one of my favorite things. You can't replace it. You can't replace it with screen time.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Ginny, so I have more questions. How many hours do you think a day you play music? I bet you it's every day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's pretty much every day.
Like, do you wake up just before you get a cup of coffee and just
No.
do a little jingle?
That's hilarious.
Do you open a law book at 5
a.m.?
Sometimes.
Actually, you might.
Yeah, maybe. As a kid, I actually did that. I had to get up at 5 and start practicing by 5:20 a.m. But as an adult, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad made me juggle the soccer ball at 6 a.m.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah, whether or not it was, and if it was cold, I had to go to the garage. But before I could brush my teeth or do anything, I had to go juggle.
Wow. Yeah. So it's like coffee, and then depending on the week of how much music I have to learn or rehearse, that really changes it. So 2 weeks ago, I was in Amsterdam, and I was recording every day, so it was like 5 hours a day. But then I had 3 days of like photo shoots, appearances, and then I'm not playing at all.
And that sometimes is harder. Like, sometimes all of, like, the PR stuff can be
Yeah.
almost more exhausting as the training.
Sometimes, yeah. And last week I was learning music and then performing it, so it was about 7 hours a day. And then this week is only like 1 to 2 hours or half hour.
Only 1 to 2 hours. Wow, that's just so incredible to me. It like reminds me, it's like, if you're like a professional dancer or whatever, like I forget the part where you have to absolutely learn the music. Maybe because I fake played the clarinet. But I mean, so sometimes you might have to like stay up all night to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
Part of the job.
Yeah.
It's like not the glamorous part, but it makes you good at what you do if you're fully committed to what you do.
Do you still have the same joy and passion for it? I mean, sometimes when it's a job, you lose a little bit of the love and the passion for what you do. So you have to find that balance. But do you still have that love and passion for it?
I do in particular situations.
Right.
You know, certain bands, certain types of music, my music.
I was just going to say, your album has to feel really, really good.
Yes, that is amazing. And then you do jobs, and it's a blessing to
be able to pay your bills.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think everybody can say sometimes that we have to do things that may not be on our bucket list.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of human nature is that at some point you're going to have a day where you feel burnt out. You're going to have a job or a week, or, you know, like we all have that. And ultimately the passion outweighs the sometimes mundane nature of it. But I think that I'm just so intrigued by it because, I mean, yeah, like Kristen's joking around, I'll like read a law book. It's very boring. I feel like I just imagine your life like, you know, you get in a fight with someone and then you just like play this like, jingle.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Usually if that was going to be like an emotional processing, it would be like, you know, the next day or whatever that week if I had some freedom in a performance, like just solo,
Not
I
in
would.
the middle of an argument.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hold on, I need a timeout.
Yeah. And not right after. It's just like if I have an opportunity to really like process it musically, it happens. Sometimes I don't get the opportunity.
Right.
You know.
Kristen, did you ever play an instrument?
No, I tried the recorder. Somehow I ended up on show choir, and I think that was just of my social skills. I think I actually avoided like all of the times I actually had to like try out just because I was like a really good student and I loved the teacher and probably buttered her up. But I have no clue how the heck I actually made concert choir. I just like, you know, like hummed.
The skills you get are so valuable though, especially for brain development. And as a child, you get reading, math, and social skills all from music.
That is true. That is true. My daughter loves all the things that I was not good at. Like she has that right side of the brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad about this clarinet thing. I think I need to talk to someone about it. But I remember we were in my band class, you could audition and they'd let you go perform at Disneyland. And we were the only band group in like the 10-year history of the school that didn't get an invite. And I still think it's my fault to this day.
But if you were fake playing, they didn't even know you were playing.
No,
so
I was
couldn't have been your
making
fault.
noise. I was confidently fake playing.
Oh,
That's a good skill to have too.
fake it till you make it, girl.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah.
Fake it till you make it. But I do think maybe you should have like a therapy session over.
Couple. Yeah.
Just talk
Yeah.
to some musicians. We can all talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Mom, can you go to therapy with me? We really need to talk about this clarinet.
Clarinet's been,
What I have one more question before we start wrapping it up, because I could sit here and talk to you forever, as could Sam. What is your favorite song on the album that you have coming out?
Thank you for asking that. There's a song called Woman I Wanted to Be, which really was a processing of my mid-20s. And it's a combination of rock and classical and rock violin. And it's really passionate. It starts emotional and soft, and it builds. And it's just a really good expression of myself.
And I love how you said the 20s, because that was a very emotional and trying decade.
Yeah.
Your 20s are wild.
They
Yeah,
are.
they are.
I would not go back to my 20s if someone paid me.
Yeah.
It
Wild.
But yeah, it is. It's very emotional. It's very raw. I think you have all these aspirations you're not confident in your own skin. You want to be all of these things that you're envious that other people have or do. Yeah. No, okay, well, can I pre-order it? How does it work?
Yeah, there's a pre-save link, and I'll send it out. And
Yes,
I
please
appreciate
do.
you guys
Please
so
do.
much.
And we will get that out to all of our fans on Go Country, because I know that many people listening would like to pre-order that as well. Well, thank you, Ginny, for joining us this week. And thank you to all of our loyal Go Country listeners for joining us this Saturday and every Saturday on Go Country 105. We look forward to spending next Saturday with you all. And remember, let love rule.